why I should get back into Destiny perspective, where you guys have already continued investing. So
first off, the best reason why is to stop being a bitch and get in here. I'm joking.
Oh, it's getting spicy.
Good God. Welcome to Nerdentials, your weekly dose of the nerdy essentials covering film, TV, video games, and comic books. More so video games lately. But I'm your host, Joe Tweeton, and tonight we're joined by two geeky gamers for a very, very special episode where we're going to very specifically talk about a very particular game. Guys, joining me on the one side, we've got the Nick Thomas.
Hello, peoples.
Welcome back, Nick.
What's up, Nick?
And guys, I said we were going to have rotating faces and potential guests, so today is no exception and the beginning of that trend. Today we have the infamous Brehon of Destiny gamer fame. Welcome, sir.
Thank you. Thank you for having me, guys.
Dude, so
anybody that's watched the show or listened to the show for the last year, it's probably heard his name come up a few times.
We've referenced him a couple times. Yeah,
Dr. Brehon.
Yeah, dude, it's good, and that's officially your current running gamer tag, Dr. Brehon.
That's correct. Yes.
Right on, dude. So, what I like to do with new faces is ask what your background is in nerd pop culture. We're not talking nerd pop culture, but kind of like what makes you either the gamer or who you are. What makes you the nerd in your life?
I play the didgeridoo. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, that could be like a crossover, maybe like nerd hippie kind of thing. I play hacky sack.
Nice.
Not anymore. Not anymore. I'm just kidding. I don't do that anymore. We stopped that. We cut that out.
I missed that, actually. Honestly, I kind
of.
What's your current?
Well,
yeah.
I mean,
go on.
As far as the initial question is concerned, I mean, I've been playing video games my entire life. I'm a little bit older, so I had the original Ataris.
Word.
I had. Subsequent to that was, the Nintendo system, Super Nintendo, PlayStation 2. It wasn't actually until, and then I had a long, expanse of really not playing video games. And then I got an Xbox probably about 3.5 years ago, nearly 4 years ago.
Very good choice.
Yeah, no. And I had never played. It was always me and my friends getting together, basically playing fighting games, Tekken, etc. Mainly Tekken. But and I'd never had a headset. I never talked to anybody. I never was in a clan. None of this stuff. And that's. But I have played video games my entire life, and I love them. And I love Destiny. Just want to let you guys out there know, I love Destiny.
It is so ironic that you share that.
Oh, that's one. I'm sorry.
No.
I'm sorry.
Strike one. I'm joking.
Oh my God, dude.
My first time.
Hey, stoic passion. It's all right. It comes out.
Yep.
No worries, dude. Every guest we've ever had on, and it's not many. The list is not long, but of the few people we've had, content creators or other podcasters in the past, they've let it slip, and we reassure them, no, speak freely, do not worry. I do sit through the entire recording and actually carefully make sure it stays clean for our channel. So speak.
Joe's here to edit.
Speak as passionately as you feel you need to.
Well, yeah. While you guys are drinking, enjoy. I motherfucking love Destiny.
Perfect.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Right on, dude.
That's not
yeah,
the big one.
and
Nice.
pyramid.
Yeah, the
That's
pyramid.
good, strong IPA there. My choice for the night is just classy vodka.
Is it really classy, or is it the cheap stuff still?
Well, although it's cheap, I'd like to point out I watched
Did you upgrade?
Huh?
Did you upgrade?
No, still cheap. I upgraded, but then went back because I felt like there's no difference. In fact, the cheaper one was actually better. In fact, I'm not ashamed. I'm going to call it out. It's called Burnett's. It's literally one of the bottom shelves out there in most states. But I've watched a professional taste tester of liquor on YouTube. You can look these guys up. There's one guy that blind taste tested a bunch of liquors and a bunch of vodkas, in fact, and explained what makes precisely a good smooth vodka. A high quality vodka, when sipped or take a drink or whatever of, should go down and should not burn. If it's a really high quality one, it shouldn't burn. It should be smooth. And he tasted Burnett's and actually commented that it had lovely notes as if it were wine, and said it was surprisingly smooth. Over things like Smirnoff. Smirnoff's above Burnett's, and Smirnoff kind of burns, in my opinion. I'm shocked, but I'm proud to say that I will gladly enjoy the smooth taste of the bottom shelf.
Yeah.
All right.
Well,
Saves you money.
it's all right, dude.
It does, especially
Sorry.
during these trying times.
It's no Thunderbird or Wild Irish Rose.
Yeah, well,
That's
then,
a different alcohol. That's a
no, but well,
Yeah.
and then there's vodka. There's Potters. We're not sponsored by any of these. I don't mind name dropping them, but Potters I recommend highly against.
That's right up there with HRD.
All of them. Yep, those are the bottom shells. HRD, I think you can get for $8 for a whole fifth.
You're a vodka man. I am a vodka man myself. I like Tito's and Dripping Springs. I think those are pretty good, man.
I think I've heard
Tito's,
of Tito's.
It's a Texas. I believe it's a Texas vodka.
When it
Probably,
comes to
it might
vodka,
be, yeah.
I'm a Grey Goose and Crater Lake vodka guy.
Hey, if the price doesn't matter, I will grab Grey Goose, but the frequency in which I indulge in said beverage, I couldn't afford the Grey Goose tag. So,
Well, more often than not, I'm going to have to admit to being a rum guy.
you do. In fact, the proof is in the pudding of our own episodes. You guzzled a little bit of the rum cut 2 episodes ago. So, Brehon, if you haven't seen that one, you should go back 2 episodes.
I'm gonna have to look at that, dude.
They were talking crap, so I tipped back the bottle and did about half a bottle in one chug.
He did in one chug, and then he was slowly declining in cognizant quality throughout the
Yeah.
episode.
I bet.
He survived the whole episode. It was amazing. Like, as far as sticking with it. Anyway,
There was even a few moments of clarity when I read that long thing, and you're like, "Dear God."
yeah, anyway, too much reminiscing. Always fun. Always happens when we get together.
That's all right.
But we are here for a very special topic today, guys. This is going to mark podcast episode 97. Brehon, you have joined us for number 97.
Sweet. I like it.
Yeah, dude. In about 3 more of these episodes, we're doing a special reunion episode. I've got 2 of our original cast members from year 1 of Nerdentials coming back for a little round table nostalgia. With the rest of the episode being a massive blooper reel of the last 4 years.
Awesome, dude.
So if you're
Sounds like a good time.
Yeah. So if anyone out there is new to the Nerdentials movement, check out the 100th episode special. Oh, that is a nice background.
That looks really comfy.
I'm just getting on my pillow. Just getting on my pillow, man.
So many things come to mind, and I'm drawing a blank.
You're just cuddling and spooning with the My Pillow guy.
Yep, it's
perfect.
just me. It's just me and the My Pillow guy. Just hanging. Hey, bud.
So, to our listeners out there that only listen to us on audio form, you really should come to the YouTube channel and check out the visuals this particular episode. There may be more than a few shenanigans had.
The YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
It's very
I've got-
nice.
The
Got a
YouTube's is
couple of,
nice.
couple of different backgrounds I'm going to be sharing this evening.
Perfect.
Some of them will actually be on topic. It'll be good.
Yes, good.
Yeah.
Excited we are. So
It's almost like Destiny that you've actually joined us here. It's foretold.
Bro.
Wait, Destiny.
Bro.
Is that what we're here to talk about?
I believe so, yes.
nothing to do with my or Nick's backgrounds in any way. None.
Yeah.
But having completely lied through my teeth about that, guys, let's jump into the main.
Is this where we do the gay talk? Because
No.
I was told there
Oh.
was going to be gay.
It's throughout. Don't worry.
Okay.
It'll be peppered in. Don't
When
worry.
do
It's
we
here
get
and
to the
there.
gay talk? Because I got some stuff for that. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. I got my notes.
Oh, sweet.
So let's
Nick, he's got notes.
get in.
I
I
know.
got notes. Actually, I didn't make these. Nick's the brains on this deal. So a lot of notes here.
I roped him in with the notes for the show.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Are there actually things in there, or is Brehon pulling my leg?
No.
For the sake of the joke, I'll cut out my question if it's
Which-
absurdly misleading.
Which leg is he pulling?
Probably the third one.
Oh,
If I'm honest, it's probably my third one.
Oh, right.
Spicy.
Okay. What I was trying to do is create a segue for some sort of splash animation that I haven't even created yet. So, guys, here's the main topic. Guys, welcome to the main topic at hand. We are, and as the thumbnail, title, and description of this entire thing that you probably clicked on YouTube would suggest, we are, and in fact, talking about Destiny 2 Beyond Light, specifically the recent fall expansion that happens. Is it now annually or every 2 years that this level of expansion happens? Because, no, it was only a year ago that the last one we covered heavily.
Shadowkeep.
No, right before that, the big one before that, the previous fall.
Forsaken.
Forsaken was supposed to be kind of a reset button for what D2 was for the whole first year. And now we're at Beyond Light, which has further pushed it into a whole nother realm of what I think Bungie on its own wants it to be, at least. And we'll discuss our feelings about that. More so your guys' feelings about that, since you guys are in the trenches of this current expansion. So, that being said, not to drag anything too much further, I'm going to toss this over to my host Nick and have him open us up with what Beyond Light is. And now, I'm going to throw it over to you, sir.
Well, first, it's not light. It's Beyond Light. No,
Didn't I say Beyond
No.
Light? Did I miss that?
Yeah.
I'm sorry if I
no,
did.
no, you did. I was explaining what
Son of a
Beyond
bitch.
Light was.
That's what alcohol does, sir.
Yes. Nah, in Destiny, in Bungie's first outing after the split with Satan. I mean Activision.
You should write
first-
this up as a proper review, and we'll put it on our website.
The first of 3 promised expansions to this beloved game. It brings with it a plethora. And yes, now I'm not going to be all astounded by someone saying plethora because I know what it means.
A plethora. No, we discussed this. Yes. Go on.
Of different and new things. But in doing so, because of how much they added, they had to remove some old content. These changes, as our guest person can say here, have come with mixed reviews.
Yeah.
There's some good and some bad.
I imagine you feel the same way, sir.
Yeah.
Don't peg our guest into one corner.
No.
Well,
There's some stuff that I've been kind of flustered about myself. But overall, I still love the game, and it takes hours upon hours and my marriage to play this. I'm joking.
Don't doubt
I'm
it.
joking. No, but no, this is the first of 3 that they promised. They released in November on the 10th for Beyond Light. We're supposed to see the next one, the Witch Queen, in 2021. Sorry.
Was that you with the train?
Just a second.
Oh, no, you're fine. Oh, is it going to be a long one?
Every single night at this time.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry, dude. We've drugged this out till 11. It's now 11:30/1:30 a.m. for our Texan here.
Yeah, it's fine. We're good.
Is it over like way loud?
It was really
Nah.
brief.
Yeah,
It was brief.
it's not bad.
I don't hear the rest of it. I just
Did you
heard
hear the horn?
The horn.
Okay.
Back to that guy. We're gonna have
Yes.
a rotating theme with Brehon.
The Witch Queen in 2021, and the last of 3, Lightfall, in 2022. They haven't announced a sequel to Destiny 2, which I'm kind of excited about. Hopefully, this is the 10-year game they promised us in the original.
That's gonna be an interesting conversation to have.
Oh yeah.
Now let's keep moving forward. I want to go back to that idea of sequel, not sequel, but that's for another time. We're here to discuss Beyond Light for sure. So go on, dude. Sorry.
All right. So the best place we could start with this is not what's new, but what they've taken away.
And Nick,
You mean like the Warlock melee?
hey, since right now I'm keeping all this in right here is that since we did not do that spoiler warning, let's let everyone know that we will put a spoiler warning up once we get to the new stuff. But right now we're just talking about what's gone. What's missing, All
right, guys. So before we dive into this, there's going to be some parts that aren't going to ruin anything if we spoil it for you, and other parts that we're going to let you know ahead of time. We'll drop the spoiler warning before we get into that, and we'll make sure to keep everything timestamped for you, and we'll actually label the timestamps with stuff that says spoiler warning on them.
Yeah, we'll put spoiler warning at the beginning of the timestamp description so that you see it before you read the description as well. I know people are stupid. I'm kidding. Love you.
Not all people, just some.
No, some people. Some. Go on.
Yes. All right. So I think the most logical place to start out here would be what they removed. Because as we know, with the release of Beyond Light, Bungie released so much content, they had to actually physically remove stuff from it to keep a working, maintaining game. Because it's just so much that they added. So, in my opinion, though, it wasn't just for that sake. I honestly think that what they called the sunset wasn't just a removal of legacy content. It was a sunset of any proof or recollection of their time in bed with Activision.
Yeah.
I could see that, dude.
Yeah.
I could see that, no doubt.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I got a few points here that we can hit. There are a few places that we loved going to on this game that are now gone. Finito. Ejected into the ether that is the trash bin of the computer.
The Destiny Vault.
Yes.
Oh, completely at this, not just
Vaulted.
figuratively.
They're gone. Yeah.
They're gone.
So we have planets. Titan, the watery moon that you have Sloan and so much Hive and Fallen on. Mars, red planet where we met.
I really liked Mars.
Anna Bray.
Dang it!
Yeah. Mercury is gone. That's where we met Osiris in the Infinite Forest. And Io, which is an interesting one for them to get rid of. Io's been a big part of this game. A lot of points here and there throughout the whole storyline have been revolving around Io. But here's the thing. Due to the encroaching darkness, and according to the game, they're not just inaccessible. They're completely gone.
They're gone.
They cannot find the planets.
They're gone.
Yeah. That's intense.
Okay. I have
Just like
outsider...
Tatooine.
Like Tatooine. I like the background
Just like
reference, sir.
Tatooine.
Mixing genres, but the point is still there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that is a dark and sad point you're making right now, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're gone. There's lots of memories there. Lots of memories there.
I have some opinions on...
They didn't blow up Tatooine?
No, Alderaan.
Oh, it's Aldron.
All right.
Sorry.
No worries, no shame. It's all right. It's all good.
Nick's gonna kill me.
That's right.
Nick's gonna crush my hand. He's gonna be like,
No, but in your wallet, that place where your nerd card goes, let's go ahead and pull that out. And...
Oh, nerd card. Nerd card. Anytime.
My nerd card's gone.
Until the next brilliant moment where you stun us with some nerd knowledge, you do have a chance of earning it back.
Okay.
We're just messing with you, man.
It's a joke.
But
it's a joke.
You stumbled upon one of my
Scared now.
deep dark favoriteest universes and IPs ever invented.
I know.
I'm a Star Wars freak.
Sorry.
Oh,
That's
Green Day.
Okay.
Good old Green Day.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you guys are not on YouTube, you should check out YouTube right now. There's a lot of rotating themes going on with Mr. Brehon, our guest.
I don't want to be an American idiot.
As well as the Pillow Man.
Yep.
No, don't. Hey, Bray, don't ever feel put out by, I don't know, anything. The nerd card, I've had the nerd card taken away from me by them.
Still haven't gotten it back.
I don't know about that, Nick.
I'm never going to get it back. Those sometimes things are lost. They cannot be gotten back. Much like the planets.
Let's move on.
On
Yes.
Destiny.
Good segue.
That we lost.
Good segue.
We're not getting those back.
Along with those planets, there's a few locations we lost too that we all know and love. The Leviathan is completely gone. The barge, though it is there, it is inaccessible for us to actually use. It is, when you play the game, you'll find out.
Interesting.
And along with the Leviathan, the tribute hall is gone.
Yep.
Where we like to test out our guns, see all these cool things, refill our ammo between raids. Damn it.
Yep.
How extreme can I make my
armory?
How extreme can I make my frown right now?
That's pretty good. That's not bad.
But
Go on.
along with these planets, locations, we also lost a few other things. Strikes, 7 to be exact. We lost Savathun's Song, Pyramidion, Tree of Probabilities, a Garden World, Strange Strain, Will of a Thousand, so no more fighting gigantic worms,
That's fine.
and Festering Core.
But everything else makes me sad.
Yeah, these were all strikes that we all enjoyed, and along with them, we also lost their strike-specific weapons that went with the Nightfalls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's true.
Now, other than strikes, we also lost some raids, which are a big thing.
Yep.
We lost 4 raids, which also means the ability to grind your way through and get the weapons from these raids. Now let's get this right though.
Yeah.
There's a bright light. Go ahead, Brown. You know.
The kiosk in the tower. I don't remember. I haven't even actually used it because I've done all these raids.
Yeah.
And I've taken the time to get the exotics, which you were just referencing. But go ahead.
Yeah, any of the exotics you missed out from these raids that are gone, like the Anarchy, 100K, all these things 100K you can still get, can't you? Yeah, that's still there.
Yeah, 1,000 voices. Yeah, Last Wish raid is still up. So you can still get that.
We lost Scourge of the Past, Eater of Worlds, Spy of Stars, Crown of Sorrows.
Yeah.
Gone.
Bye.
But like I said, there's a kiosk in the tower right next to your vault that you can turn in materials and buy these weapons. Not only those weapons, you can buy any of the pinnacle weapons from like what was it? The broadsword. Can you buy the broadsword?
Hold on.
What you can do is run the new raid and run the old raids, and you get spoils, and that's the currency that you can use to purchase. There's, I don't know if the broadsword's in there. Again, I haven't even looked in there because I already have everything.
Yeah, but you still get like the bot forgotten.
Crazy gamer, you.
Yes. Absolutely, you can get pinnacle and ritual weapons that were only usually accessed through actually earning them.
Like bot forgotten, beloved.
Don't be bitter.
I'm not bitter at all.
Joe, for people like you that couldn't get it, the recluse.
No, no,
Mountaintop.
no. Wait. I know. I think I have the recluse. I think I do. Wait. I'm pretty sure I do, actually.
Recluse, Not Forgotten, Luna's Howl.
But I don't. A lot of them I don't. A lot of the big ones because
But these are
I
all
never
things you can now get.
did a raid.
All
That's
right.
not anyone's fault. That's my own. I know.
Now, to me personally, one of the biggest blows for losing places like Mars and things like this wasn't the raids, wasn't the strikes, wasn't all these. It was the activities you're able to do on these planets. Mars took away one of the easiest ways and the best ways to farm. There is no escalation protocol anymore.
It's gone.
I really enjoyed escalation.
And that actually holds a special place in my heart, Brehon. That's where I met you guys.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's very true, man.
Nick, you, me,
Yeah,
and
we had
Matt,
to, we had
and
to,
we
yeah,
all
because
did
we
that
had to
too.
do those lobbies where you had to talk to the message the blueberries via Xbox and then split up your team because Bungie didn't see fit to allow it to be a 6-man type of deal.
Right.
So, yep.
But not only the escalation protocol, we lost the menagerie, which is another event that we could grind through and get awesome weapons.
Farm weapons, yep.
Black forges are gone.
Yep.
So that's where you got your stuff like the Jotun, the Izanagi's Burden. Those are gone. The legendary weapons from those are gone.
My facial reactions are dramatic because it's how I truly feel, but I also understand I didn't put the time in, so I can't be that butthurt.
Now, one of my favorite dungeons actually to play in. I'm not sure it was considered a dungeon or a exotic quest. Whisper of the Worm.
Yep, that was a great place to farm kills, to do catalyst for your weapons.
Yeah.
So is Escalation Protocol, for that matter.
What's Nick? Nick, what was your beef about it?
No, it being gone. It's sad that it's gone.
Oh,
yeah.
You got your whisper, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I got.
They pared it. They pared it down. But really the only sort of amalgam that we have is the Altar of Sorrow. There on the moon. That's the closest you can get to it. But I actually enjoyed Escalation Protocol a lot more, and even the sundial events. Those were I liked those. But
that's right. They'll probably come out with something similar. We'll get something because in the last few releases, they've released different things like this so that you can grind through stuff like this. I think where we're getting some of this was more like we'll get into that. But yeah.
What's disappearing? Let's finish that up.
Yeah. But that's the end of the disappearing list. We got raids. We got the planets, activities, strikes. They're not disappearing, but they're still their light is capped. A lot of the old legendary weapons, a lot of the weapons from the first few seasons are capped at such a low light that they're not even usable in.
They made it so you don't want to pursue.
Yeah, they're not usable in in-game anything. Anything that's light level gated, they're unusable. So,
side note, dudes. I get it. That's the name of this kind of game. It's an ever evolving, constantly moving forward type of game, and I don't know. My schoolboy wish list is like, and I'm sure every fanboy wishes, especially during the times where we enjoyed some of these things. These Whisper of the Worm acquirings, the toaster, hello, Jotun. Like, holy crap. Yeah. Like, it makes sense. I get it. Here's my, outside opinion before we go into spoiler warnings here is that at some point, yes, they do have to cut things out and rotate in new things. And I get that. If you want to keep something going for years and years, you can't just keep piling and piling. Ideally, we wish that were a thing. Veterans have the most powerful weapon ever, but at some point you'd be doing a Kamehameha with your freaking one-shot everything, and you'd be hitting a roof at some point to where you couldn't play with anyone and no one would want to play with you because you'd have too much powerful stuff that
Hunters.
Hold
Yeah.
on. Like the cuddly pillow behind Brehon's head, there are things that we can only dream about, and some realities that are just, at some point, you can't push that roof any higher. And Bungie understands that, and I think a lot of true MMO players, World of Warcraft players, yeah, there's a point where you have to cycle back down to a different starting point, and someone that can do that really well introduces new exciting things, like keeping the feel and image of it fresh while still making you feel like you've put all that into your past, like you've took the time. Like, I love the fact that we had achievements. I love the fact that we had these. I don't know what the app looks like right at this moment, but like over the years with Destiny, we've had this progression of legacy things that show that we got these because we were there at the time. And I love that, and I think that they do that for that reason, because you can only raise the roof so high on power levels and weapons and things, and eventually you have to cycle back down to a lower tier so that you can make it feel exciting to level back up, or to keep leveling up or keep progressing.
Yeah,
you know?
I agree. I agree with you, Joe. The issue that I have with sunsetting and things like that, like on the whole, I agree with you. But for instance, the things that we earned, like Not Forgotten, Luna's Howl, the pinnacle weapons in PvP that we had to earn, right?
Yeah.
Fellwinters, for instance, which it's not a big deal, not as big a deal as the PvP weapons, but there should just Bungie, these things are only going to be usable for X amount of time, right? Because they're light level capped, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
for all the new, because they made the game free, for all the new players that are coming in, they're making all of these weapons available. They're just giving it to them, okay? Since they are
Right.
going to be light level capped, what they should do is go, no, you guys can't get that weapon. I'm sorry. You're only going to have to deal with it for X amount of time, this season, next season, what have you, right? In the in-game stuff, like, in light level stuff like Iron Banner or Trials, for instance, right?
Yeah. Okay.
I think that the developers should, or Bungie should say, okay, well, you are going to have this. It's only going to be for this amount of time, but that's exclusive to you because you put the time in, you put the blood, sweat, and frickin' tears in PvP. That's just my take, dude.
So what you're saying is, like, are you saying that there would be, that ideally, from a veteran perspective to a newbie perspective, that it's inaccessible to brand spanking new players, but at some point they will get a little taste? Is that what the kind of angle you're going with?
Yeah, I mean,
Because
I
no.
think that, like, for instance, I don't think they should have given people the Not Forgotten, where you can just go buy it. Yeah, you have to earn it by getting spoils and raids, and that does take time, and there is something to that. But no, I don't think they should have given them Not Forgotten. I don't think, like, all of the amount of time that it took me to get the mountaintop before they made the quest easier for it. Absolutely not, dude. They should not just give that to people. It's like, old Robert Smith over here is like, man, I've lived the life. And like young Robert Smith comes along and he's just like, hey guys, how's it going? Oh, hey, oh, look, I got everything. It just doesn't work for me, dude.
I love the reference. It's wonderful. But okay. Just to add to that before we move on to spoiler territory, someone who is not able to pop in as heavily as some of you guys, and the only reason I can kind of like talk about that is that I'm in that mix. I've played Destiny with people that have nothing but time to do it, and then I also play with people that have limited time to do it. So what you're saying is not that they can never ever experience it, but in an ideal setting, do you agree at least, Brehon, in some way that if the developers could, in an ideal dream world, allow the players that want to pursue that cool weapon that you, who's been on it for 5+ years to 8,000 hours played, would just need to put in some time and could eventually get it. Do you agree with that?
Yes,
At least,
absolutely.
yeah, not complete
like, so
removal.
Yeah, if they had like a system where you could go to Shax, for instance, who is the guy who's the Lord of the
Shaxx.
PvP, the
Yes.
Crucible. If you go to Shax and get like a quest for it and do the quest for
And
it,
work through
just like
it.
we did for Luna's Howl,
Yeah.
and then subsequently Not Forgotten, etc. Sure, you know what I mean. That's fine. And the people that are new, they would know going in. Okay, well, I'm only going to be able to use this in regular quick play. I'm only going to be able to use this in non-light level gated activities. If they
Right.
want to do that and they want to experience that, then sure.
Right. So
that's fine. But
I'm on the
I
same
don't think
page
you
with
should just
you.
be able to go and buy it from a kiosk, dude.
No,
It really,
that's a thing. See, that's the thing I didn't realize.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
certain long-term things that are now available just to purchase if you have the points or money or whatever.
Well, you have to put
Some time in.
So the way that it works is that there's a spoil system. You get spoils from doing the raid. For instance, if you do the
Okay.
raid on your character, then you go do it again, you actually will get something from the chest, which I think is a really cool idea.
Right.
I really
Okay.
like that.
Yeah.
I think that it should be, and some of the things cost quite a bit.
Right.
But
I've played
the
so
PvP
many
weapons
MMOs.
should be
But-
a partition for the PvP weapons and the ritual weapons from before.
And
That's all.
and a complete side note that's best saved for a completely separate discussion. Like so many Destiny fans, I would probably agree with me on some part of this. It would be amazing if somehow they could separate, and maybe you disagree, Brehon, I'm curious, if there was some way to separate campaign-based versus PvP-based as far as the quality or ability to use or get, I guess. I'm making it really vague, and that's a whole nother discussion that could happen, right?
No. I understand what you're saying. They definitely should,
And maybe it's
kind
because
of
maybe it's because of the
separate the sandboxes there a little bit more.
and maybe it's hard because remember, Activision was controlling a lot of what Bungie did, and same with the game engine. Maybe they've expressed this. They've been pretty open over the last couple years that there are limitations. You know what I mean with the sandbox between PvP and. You're making me feel more and more sad about my love for that show. Totally kidding. Side note, look for the outtakes, guys. Anyway, we can move on. I was just kind of curious if you knew what I was saying, and I'm not trying to be like this. I don't know. I'm a daydreamer when it comes. I mean, it is a dream thing for me. I'm not I'm not a long term. I mean, I put almost 1,500 hours into D2. Not the 3,000 plus that everyone else I know has.
You play multiple games. It's part of the channel.
Yeah.
And I get that. And there are people that are in our Xbox clan that play multiple games. I have no idea how they can keep up with it. And
while playing other things.
Kudos to you, man. You
Yeah.
know, I mean, honestly, I got enough time for COD and for this game, and maybe a little something on the side. But it's mainly Destiny, man.
No, dude, it's
Good point.
It's funny because Destiny was a game that I was always fond of wanting to invest time in. Like it was always like, oh, that's such a cool game because all my buddies, my immediate buddies, Nick, Lynn, Matt, all of them were pumping time into it when it first came out. And Lynn and Matt were some of the longer runners, and you were a recent acquaintance I had made who had put a lot of time into the game. And it's one of those things I was always like, yeah, you know what? I spent a long time just playing a lot of all the current stuff, and then I was like, I really want to be one of those guys that's invested in something because I really just want to get lost in something that's fun. And Destiny 2 became that, and then I never pulled away from it, but it was also one of those things where I'm also a variety gamer at heart, so like I was also like, at some point I'm realizing I'm missing out on other things. Not that it's a bad thing to be invested in this thing, because that's why we're here. That's what we're talking about is Destiny.
Absolutely.
But so anyway, it's an interesting topic to throw back and forth. But I think, sir, if you're down for it, because we could talk at length and go beyond about the back and forths here. But I think let's throw out the spoiler warning, dude, because we're about to jump into some new stuff.
Yeah, now that we've talked about the stuff they're taking away, let's get into some meat and potatoes of the new stuff.
All right, here we go, guys. Here we go.
Warning. Spoiler alert. Warning. Spoiler alert. You have been warned.
So new things to be on light. Let's start with the obvious, the campaign. This new expansion obviously brings us a new campaign to a new world. We get to see some familiar faces and some new faces and some familiarish new faces that are not exactly new, but old and
new and more new.
Never thought we'd see them again, but yes.
And here's the thing. I have an inkling of some of these things, and although I'm not into it, completely fine with spoilers, I do still plan on playing.
You better. I'm going to delete my characters to play with you.
Dude, the artwork in the campaign alone,
dude,
it's absolutely amazing. Like it's beautiful.
The new campaign brings us to the moon of Europa. And we are here fighting with both Varix and the Exo Stranger that I'm pretty sure the last time we had a Destiny conversation, I asked, where the hell is the Exo Stranger? Are we ever going to see her again? And Bungie must have listened and they answered this question.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we got Exo Stranger back. We got Varix, our very awkward and lovable.
Is he more awkward now than before, or is he the same?
He's autistic, dude. He's a straight autist, dude. He's way up there on the spectrum, bro.
You've assessed this, and you've concluded.
Well,
yeah, absolutely.
They've actually changed him and gave him a little bit more of a tick than he used to have. Where before, when you're talking to him, he just talked. But now he talks and does these weird little bug clicks and chirps.
Sure.
I am so blown away by this. I want to see this.
Yeah, but it definitely gives him more character, and I'm okay with it.
All right, dude. Damn.
Instead of just that awkward, like, Varix Shatner pauses. In the pauses, there's the clicks and the bug chirps.
I love it.
God, I don't know. I can't do it.
Yeah,
but,
that was very close. It was very close.
Yeah, but you're working with them on the planet of Europa, which is the home to the Exo race. This is the beginning of the Exos, is where Europa is.
Okay, I've seen the things online. Also, I knew we were going to dive into Exos. Go on. Sorry.
Yeah, Europa is where the whole Exo thing started. Clovis Bray started his experimentation there to create the Exos.
Yeah.
And throughout this, along with that, we're also working with these two people to fight against a new enemy, a new foe, someone who is beyond light. In the last what? Yeah, in the last expansion, we worked through all these things, and we had our villain there, the Shadow Keep and all that. But this, we actually run into someone who has powers like a guardian, but the opposite, where this last set, we've been working through all this whole thing with the darkness coming and the darkness wanting to give us the gift. We weren't the only ones.
Ooh.
So now we are fighting the Alinsky. Alinsky, is that right?
It's
Aramis is
it's
a fallen
Alinsky or
Alinsky.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's the Alinsky.
That's how you spell
Which
it here
is
anyway.
the larger people of the Fallen, the larger creatures of the Fallen. What Varix is, what your captains usually are, the Alinsky. But the
I've
leader
heard
of this, the new Kel, is Aramis. But she harnesses the power of darkness, which we later learn is called stasis. Because quite literally freezes things and puts things in stasis. But yeah, along this journey, we also get to learn to wield it ourselves, to fight fire with fire, so to speak.
So,
Ice.
before we jump into...
All I know is it's frosty.
I know.
It is.
Hey, before we jump into the list of added things, as far as the campaign goes, because even though we're now in the spoiler warning section, I'd still like to leave the conclusion of whatever you guys have experienced, vacant.
I wasn't going to dive more into the campaign other than that. That was just kind of a quick rundown of it.
That's fine. Yeah, I was
a snippet.
Yeah, that's fine. I just wanted to clarify, and maybe we can just get both you and Bray's
spoiler-free
opinion of how the campaign went.
I was actually just about to ask him.
Yeah.
As far as the campaign goes, it really added to the story. Really like fleshed out some things that in the previous expansions that I didn't really fully know about. I don't actually read a lot of the lore. I just kind of play the game, and full disclosure, it's the best game I've ever played, without a doubt. I love the game. But the explanations and a lot of what the campaign does is really fill in the gaps, of the story of why things were the way they were pretty much the entire time. I mean, I started playing Destiny 2 in, I think, Season 2, either Season 1 or 2. It's really good. I mean, I can't really expand any more on that because I don't want to do any spoilers. So it really, they did a fantastic job of filling in the gaps of really being able to link everything together, and
from where you started to now. Yep.
Yeah. No. You're not wrong. They filled in a whole bunch of things like you wanted me to stay away from spoilers, but they do fill in a lot, like the origins of the Exos, origins of the freaking Vex.
And that's not spoiler, that's just like enticement details to get into it for those that are fans and haven't done it yet.
Yep.
I was actually a really big fan of this expansion. Story-wise, this is my favorite one so far.
Damn. Personally, sir, for you, that I feel that's high praise coming from you.
Well,
in the years that we've played Destiny together.
Yeah, as you remember, Forsaken, I felt the same way, but that was also spurned by hate and them killing someone. But that's besides the point.
Yeah.
But this had some aspects that felt a lot like Forsaken. The whole steps we had to go through to get to the end of it, but it was a new story. It was different. Yes, we had some of the same characters, but they gave us new types of these villains. We had to finally contend with something that had the same power as us. It also opened up the fact that it opened up something that we haven't seen yet in all these games. It actually portrayed weather in this, which is weird.
I've read up on I've read up on dynamic weather, and actually experienced that in literally first half hour of the main campaign, you get a snowstorm that kind of pushes you around and literally blinds you from what you're shooting at. And so I did personally experience that already in the main campaign. What were your thoughts from both of you guys on the I guess the rest of the campaign with that?
It played a part. It definitely, they used it to obstruct. They used it to bring up the ominous points of the story. Like this whole storm will be having, all of a sudden it clears and you have the Nexus in front of you. You're like, what the hell? Where'd this come from? They used it well to tell the story and paint a picture.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, not really on the same point, but the soundtrack to this expansion is absolutely fantastic. I mean,
on point.
Yeah, I used to listen to a lot of electronic music, ambient music, and stuff like that, and they knocked this one out of the park. I mean, it's actually, I never thought in a million years that I'd be like, oh, I think I'm going to buy a video game soundtrack.
Yeah.
What? Yeah. And
Nice.
yeah. I mean, it's that good. And, you know, the visual elements, the dynamic weather, along with the music, it really creates a mood for it. And it's fantastic, man.
Yeah.
That's really good to hear. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. And the journey that you go through learning these new powers and the apprehension behind it, you can actually feel this almost tenseness to the storyline as you're going through.
Yeah, foreboding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's definitely a side of the story that I'm glad they decided to go. And so far, for the storyline, for the PvE aspect of it, Bungie is on point and is going in a good direction.
Okay, so Nick, so you guys just gave us a pretty good streamline of the campaign. Let's talk about what's new with Destinations and what's new with the single player extension known as Activities. What do we got going on?
Yeah, being a fan of the first game, they brought back one of my favorite locations. They gave us back the Cosmodrome.
Ooh,
in all
I saw
its
that
original
actually.
glory.
I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I played D1, believe it or not at the birth of it, but I did go back and play some D1, and I enjoyed that old Russian soil with frickin' snow and just the nostalgia that everyone else experiences. Mm-hmm. So that's cool that they brought that back in to the main area.
I say they brought it back, they brought the complete thing back. The big gigantic map that it was and everything that was entailed, plus the new stuff that's with it in those maps. So I was really glad they did that. We also, like I said, we got Europa. Along with both these places, we got 2 new raids. One of these raids is actually, best way I could put it is Omnigul 2. Not raid, sorry, Strikes. Is Omnigul 2.0.
Strikes, okay. Huh. Yeah.
If you remember the Omnigul Strike, it's very much an amped up version of it.
Yeah, and even for me, man, the Cosmodrome, it was very nostalgic, Joe. I mean, just going back there and remembering, like, when I first started out, not knowing, you know, what the heck was going on, man, and just kind of bumping around in there, and it's great that they brought it back, man.
I love that because
really
and you said you were like primarily a D2 origin player.
Yes.
Like you never got on the ground with D1.
I played D1, but I only played through the campaign, and I did I did some strikes. I really didn't know what was going on. I didn't even have a headset.
Dude,
I didn't talk to people.
Yeah.
And I got I think it was the Rise of Iron, and that's kind of when I stopped.
But what I'm saying is, dude, is like you weren't fully invested at that time, but like you jumped in and checked it out, and that's kind of exactly where I was. Might have been at different points time frame wise of when that game was available, but like that was my same introductory experience, was just checking out the campaign, a little bit of Rise of Iron, and then I didn't know much more past that until D2 became a thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, dude, very similar.
As far as the atmospherics and to go off of Nick's point, as far as like the atmospherics, like the stylistically, they brought a lot of D1 back, and they brought it into D2, and
yeah,
it's fantastic, man. It's good stuff.
Go on, Nicholas.
There's still quite a bit of PvE stuff you can do once the game's over. That's not the end of it. They have other ways of continuing the story through actually exotic quests, or extending the story, extending the lore. You find out who someone truly is. I'll leave it at that. You go through, and there's different things like that. They've added more depth to normal activities we normally do, like lost sectors. They've given us variable difficulties for lost sectors, and these lost sectors with those variable difficulties switch every day, so it's never the same one that's going to be able to make a heroic or legendary.
Hold on. Elaborate on the everyday rotation. What is that? That's shocking to me. What does that mean?
Well, each day you'll have two lost sectors. One will be a 1250 and one will be a 1280. Each one, if you do it
power
solo,
level? Okay.
Yeah. And if you do it solo,
Yeah, they're light level.
You have a probability of pulling the exotic. You have to do it solo to pull the exotic. That's how you get the whole new list of the exotics now, is you have to do these lost sectors.
Yep.
And they've got, and this is a daily thing, 24-hour rotation. Is it on the 24-hour rotation?
Daily rotation.
Ooh.
Yep.
Yeah.
Is it
so you have to do the lost sector, right? And that will unlock the legendary version of it. And it will, like Nick said, either be 1250 or 1280, right? And since you don't have the new exotic in your loot pool, that will be the first drop that you'll get.
Ooh.
And it really did remind me of D1 a lot, in that, strikes in D1 were a lot more challenging, and this really brought that back and made it fresh.
Yep.
So is that a 10 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Central Time drop thing, or just whenever you received it on the 24-hour loop? Like, what's the loop on that?
I don't know when the rotation time is, but I do know that every day it's something new. And I'm usually playing at night, and I've played till 2 o'clock in the morning running the same one, and it still hasn't changed. So but it's usually changed by the time I get up the next morning.
Probably, and even with resets, because 10 a.m. Pacific was always the normal reset, so that makes sense. If you're a late bird, it wouldn't probably matter, but it's every 24 hours for you. Yeah.
When you look at them, it'll have a new symbol over it, and it'll actually tell you what exotic piece it's going to do, whether it be a head, a chest, an arm, a leg. It lets you know ahead of time. So you're like, okay, I haven't done a chest for this person. Let's go in here and try to pull that. I haven't done the head for the new exotic for the hunters, for the Mask of Bacchus.
That thing's awesome.
Yeah.
I love that. That's really cool. Yeah. That's awesome.
But it gives you a reason to grind these out other than just grinding. You're actually, for a specific reason, I want to do this to get this helmet. I want to do this to get this arm piece. And they're a little bit more involving than original Lost Sectors that we think of.
Dude, Lost Sectors were cool and different, but like what you're saying is it's more integrated into something that you can pursue. Lost Sectors always offered that side thing, and it always felt like it was just a forgotten side quest in an MMO. But what you're saying is there's a lot heavier integration with that, and so that's really cool to me, who has dipped out for a minute and wants to come back. You know what I'm saying?
And to keep us running, they have other activities for us. One that me and Brehon run quite a bit, Wrathborn hunts.
What? What are those? Oh, you threw me off.
Yeah, Wrathborn hunts are a new thing. Again, this will be a spoiler warning that you need to be prepared for.
Oh, we threw that alert at the beginning. We're fine.
Well, I'm just saying on this one specifically.
Okay.
Wrathborn hunts, you have a new vendor. This vendor is new, but not new. Ooh. He is someone that we know and someone that we despise, but we have to learn to work with.
Oh, no. Wait, can I take a guess?
Go ahead, guess.
Is it the brother of that one?
Of Mara?
Uldren Soph?
Mara Soph?
Yeah.
No, it's not. It's the crow.
Know sorry.
It's the crow.
Cut that out. I know he comes back.
Yeah, no, the crow
That's
is actually... Crow is a revived version of Uldren Soph. But as you know, when Guardians come back, they don't have their memory.
Okay, I know.
So it's not
that.
him.
It's really.
It's not
so
him.
It's someone new.
It's him, but it's not him.
I know it's not him. I know.
But these Wrathborn hunts, he has worked out a way to majigger things together for hive relics.
Jimmy Rig or Majigger? What do you want to go?
We're gonna go with Majigger.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep. But he put this item together called a lure, which brings in these people that are the Wrathborn hunts, and brings in the people that you are actually hunting. There are these higher level bosses and creatures that you got to fight to be able to get these. What would you call them?
Do it solo? It's the lures, the cryptolith lures.
Yeah. And you level it up to get better stuff. It's another way of getting pinnacles and powerful drops.
The great thing about it too is that you can actually set the lure to say if you want an SMG that has range or stability, there you can place that into the lure, so it is a way to farm weapons and armor for that matter.
Would you agree that this is kind of their replacement for the menagerie?
Yeah, to a certain extent, except, it's the menagerie. There were just so many weapons. That's the moment of silence for the menagerie, bro.
Wasn't there like 40 some odd weapons you can get from the menagerie?
Something to that effect, yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's a lot smaller pool of weapons you can get now, but I almost think that was their way of trying to make up for that. Say, hey, here's a list of new weapons. You can actually pick which one you want, what you want to do on it, and run it through and get your stuff. But no, and the Wrathborn hunts, the working with the crow, I think is going to play a bigger part in the next expansion. Because if you remember correctly, you're hunting down these things that are getting infused with this dark power by some dark entity that's trying to summon these. I think that's who's going to be our villain in the next expansion.
Yeah.
I think they're leading to it and foreshadowing it.
I like that. Yeah. I can see that, dude. I mean, they are kind of moving more towards sort of an MMO kind of RPG-ish place with this. So,
yeah,
dude.
Especially with how the new stasis class works, how you can like choose and pick and choose the fragments, the aspects and stuff. Yeah, they're definitely making it so you can kind of customize it to your style.
Yeah, you're making me want to play Destiny, dude.
I know.
It's
a great game.
It is. It's fantastic.
I don't know if you've played it yet, but it's good.
A little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit. I mean, I'm just throwing stuff out.
Another activity they've added for us, as you know, is the Empire hunts. This was actually the hunts you went through during the quest, but now they've turned them into side things so that you can grind out powerful gear. It's another way of it's almost like a strike, just a little bit above a strike, but not quite a nightfall.
Yeah, you can pick light level for it, which is nice.
Yep.
If you just want to run through it, or you want to get rewards, which is a great way to get enhancement prisms and subsequently ascendant shards from that.
It is probably Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, that's it.
It's probably the most effective way to grind the materials for upgrading stuff.
That outside of doing Nightfall. Yeah.
The other thing about this side activity that you can do, these Empire hunts are also the only way that y'all can unlock the exotic weapon Cloud Strike. Now, Cloud Strike is a very interesting weapon. It's Thor's hammer and a sniper rifle. That's the best way I could put it.
Yeah, man.
On precision hits, for people that don't know, this calls down a lightning strike on the target, hitting and causing splash damage, dealing more damage on the target and the targets around it. And if you land enough of these precision hits, you call a freaking thunderstorm that just eradicates the area.
Yeah,
That's
it's really cool. It's a great concept, and I really like the fact that the weapon is viable in both PvP and PvE. They really did a bang up job on that one. That's for sure.
When we ran that as a team in the freaking the old raid against the big ogre, whew, were you there for that?
No, I wasn't.
Oh, I ran it with Chemo and the other guys in the Vandals. Our clan, for people that don't know. But everybody in the thing, when you fight the big ogre on what is it, the last wish?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Morgoth.
The big bubbleback ogre. We all ran this and just demolished it.
I like that.
Well,
that's great.
Yeah, our old way we used to do it was Whisper the Worm.
Whisper the Worm. Yeah.
But we replaced it with Cloud Strike, and it shredded.
Tore it up.
Yeah, because you're hitting all those precisions, and those lightning bolts start coming down, and it just.
I bet that must have looked really cool.
Yeah. Yeah, and other than those, the only other PvE events you can really do on top of that is the big mamma jamba of the new raid, Deep Stone Crypt. I actually really enjoy the raid. The mechanics were tough in the beginning until we figured it out, and this is probably actually one of my favorite raids to run, and it's probably one of the easiest, I think. No, it's actually been really cool in this new season with this new content. We've been doing a lot of work with the Vandals, going through a lot of the raids. Day one when it came out, we were knee deep in this, and it's been really cool. So,
yeah,
I love it.
Yep.
Certified.
All right, so let's get into some weird stuff, man.
Do we want to talk about the exotics?
Yeah, let's get into exotics, man. Let's go.
Okay. All right.
Let's go.
Yeah. So there's really no time to explain what's going on. No time to explain.
Oh. I enjoyed that, Nick.
Yeah, I'm glad someone.
You don't let Joe give you any crap about that. I enjoyed the heck out of that.
No Time to Explain is a brand new exotic. Well, new to us, not so new to the Exo Stranger. If you remember correctly, from D1, this is actually the rifle that the Exo Stranger ran around with. The one where she open a portal that would shoot bullets from. This is that weapon. You actually get that ability now. After landing precision hits, it stacks up, and after it gets to a certain amount of stacks, it opens up a portal of yourself from an alternate reality, and it fires upon your targets.
Yep.
As a pulse rifle. It's ridiculously awesome.
It's cool.
It's very much like I don't play Warlock, but it's very much like Arc Buddies.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. It's very much like Arc Buddies.
And the awesome thing about this,
they fire faster, and they're a little bit. I don't know if they're more accurate, but they definitely fire faster.
Yeah. And the awesome thing about this weapon is if you paid for the deluxe version of this, is it just it's a season pass, isn't it? Yeah. If you paid for the season pass, you get this early on. Mm-hmm. If you didn't, you have to wait till later in the season pass to get it from the regular non-paid season pass.
Mm-hmm.
It's a great weapon, and you're actually seeing it a lot in play right now.
The time to kill in it is fantastic. I think it's a 0.67 or something like that, and that's not even with the Arc Buddies, we'll call it, procced.
Yeah.
So yeah,
it's a very very precise pulse rifle. Anybody that likes pulse rifles of the kin like
what would you compare it to? Yeah.
To me, I would compare it to damn it, what's the name of that pulse rifle? The one that heals you when your friends die.
Oh. I don't remember.
Are you talking about Vigilance Wing?
Vigilance Wing.
Vigilance Wing.
It's accurate like the Vidgewing. But obviously it doesn't do the 5-round burst.
I missed that one.
It's still there.
I mean, I know. I meant.
You just miss it because you don't play.
No. Yes. All that. I miss it. Let me rephrase that. I miss the meta. I miss the meta of that weapon that I was never around for.
They did do a lot of work on weapons like scout rifles, hand cannons, and pulse rifles. They're all back in the meta.
Are you telling me it's time to come back?
Oh yeah,
they
it's
really
definitely coming.
balanced the PvP sandbox quite a bit.
There's still your 900 RPM SMGs and your 600 RPM auto rifles, but
sure,
you're able to compete now with them.
Oh my god!
Some of the other exotics. One of the exotics is you actually have a quest to get it. The Lament.
Ooh.
I got to talk about this Lament.
Yeah, go for it. Jump in.
Okay. Get the bleep ready.
Okay, here we go.
It's a chainsaw sword.
Yeah.
Oh, I've seen the pictures. Say that again, Nick.
It's a chainsaw sword.
Oh my god, your words cut so deep. Just like its ability.
Oh, dude. And it probably has the highest damage output in the entire game. Everyone said, oh, you know what? The falling guillotine is ridiculous. Someone actually did a breakdown of the weapon with this. This damage from the new Lament sword, if you rev it up and do what you're supposed to, outdoes in one hit what the whole combo of the falling guillotine does. One hit.
I just seen it. If anyone would wonder if my screen froze, but
it's got a rev mechanic where you hold the shield and you actually hear it like rev up. You hear like a
Banshee's wail.
Called Banshee's wail. And after you get it to that point, you let go with the RBs and you do the quick slashes, and then you do the main one, which does like an uppercut spinning somersault thing of Hadouken.
I just want anyone to know that right now Brehon has entered into the Matrix mode. Secondly, because of my green screen, it looks like I've entered into the throw my arms back on a couch mode, which none of you can see.
No, you're like, come at me, bro.
Kind of, it's like this. If I throw my hands up, like up here, like,
as your little chicken arms disappear.
Looks nice.
Yeah,
bro.
No. But the Lament quest story is actually kind of cool because that actually gives you some background lore and actually ties you into something that's so crazy and new with the new expansion. It's definitely worth playing through that quest. If you get it, grind it. It is definitely worth it, and it's awesome. The cool thing about this Lament too is it eats through anything with shields. That's its big perk. That chainsaw just like butter.
Yep. Any type of barrier champion, unshielded, combatants, forget about it. A brig, forget about it. You know what I mean? Minotaurs, a yellow bar Minotaur, forget about it. It's done. Lament, bye-bye. Forget about it.
What Brehon just said. And right now we're entering into our ASMR moment. Where I get deep and personal about a certain opinion. Hope you don't mind.
All right, what's your opinion? Joe, where are you on the vodka? What's the level?
Thank you for checking. Thank you for checking in on a bro, because I just took you guys to a weird space. Sorry.
Are you about nipple heights now?
Oh, bro, I got above the nipple after the first 20 minutes, dude.
Your head above the water? Head above the water?
I'm barely floating right now. Right under the furry chin. I dare say if I take a couple more, I'd probably float up to here. So I gotta.
All right. So we'll continue going. Another quest line exotic. Brehon actually really liked this one when we first grinded for this one. You want to tell him about Salvation Grip, bud?
Yeah, Salvation's Grip is the new grenade launcher exotic, and it basically shoots out stasis crystals, which are a part of the stasis subclass, all the darkness, etc. And basically, you have to, after you do the quest for the weapon, you have to go and shoot these things called entropic shards to unlock, I believe it's a different aspect of your character, and
Isn't this also the first weapon we actually get that is actually a stasis archetype?
Yes, absolutely.
I'm hoping we see more of it in the future too.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And other than those quest line exotics, you do have your other list of exotics. We'll make sure we put a list of those in our Facebook page. Joe will put a link on the bottom for you so you can get to it. You can also ask us about it on our Discord. Go ahead and join us on there. Other than that, they're definitely ones you should definitely dig for.
There's a list here. We could make this a 4-hour podcast, but we're not. We're going to jump into the state of PvP, and I know my boys Brehon and Nick have spent plenty of time there. So guys, why don't you give us the current state of PvP with Beyond Light?
Well, before us to be able to give you the current state of PvP, we have to talk about the new subclasses and what they've done to PvP.
Oh, I've heard this too. Yep, go for it. Jump in.
The new subclasses, we talk about stasis. We've talked about the new powers. We've talked about the aspects. Each class, Warlock, Titan, and Hunter, have gotten their own version of stasis, where we have the Titan, the behemoth. Quite literally, it's a Titan smash with frost everywhere. It's just frost bukkake.
Woo! Everywhere.
This is the best way I could put it.
He's not wrong. There's the stasis crystals everywhere, man. It's all over the place.
The spray is wide.
It's like a boat with Pamela Anderson and Tommy Lee, but we're not going to go there.
Yep.
TMI. Moving on.
Okay.
And they are pretty beefy, actually. Each one, they all share the same kind of grenade. So you get 3 different types of grenades that all do different things. You got the original one, which is Glacier Wall. You throw it down, it creates a wall of ice. Anybody in the middle of it gets frozen. And if you shatter those crystals, they... Yep. Are you okay? Are you having a seizure?
No.
Did.
No, I'm I'm acting out your description.
Getting frozen.
Oh, so he's doing interpretive dance.
Yes.
I'm trying to for the end of this. Yes.
Okay. And then you got your cold snap grenade, which is kind of cool. You throw that down, it freezes the first target it hits, and it chains and reaches to other targets. Mm-hmm. And then you have your dust field grenade, which throws down a bubble of just slow and frost, and if you stay in it, you freeze. But all of these have ways of comboing with it, and that are getting broken in PvP, and we'll get to that in just a little bit. Yeah. They all have their own set melee. The Titan quite literally does this little like lunge punch thing that freezes and shatters the person on impact. And if they it slows them.
It slows them.
It
only slows them. Yeah, it doesn't freeze them.
But doesn't it also yeet them out of existence?
It yeets them out it sends them up to wherever you're at, up to Europa. Like they just like this is one of the most comical things in the game is that you'll be running around and you'll just see a guardian go like that, dude, like just flying off the map. Like it's great.
It is the most physics heavy thing that a guardian can actually do. This melee. Wow. Even the super doesn't do it. It's the melee. It's just boom, boom. It's like your fist is a boop cannon.
Yeah, very much so.
Just like that. Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. Yep. Then onto the hunter. Bungie was a little bit caring when it came to the Hunter and gave them a lot this season.
Really?
Oh,
did you see me
man.
perk up?
Yes. The Hunter class, with the stasis ability, I believe, and most people believe, anybody that's played the game believes and knows in cockles of their heart that
Maybe in the subcalcular area.
maybe that
Subcalcular.
the Hunter is broken, and pretty much most people are switching to Hunter mains right now.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
They're super Silence and Squall. They throw down two sides made of ice that when it hits the first one, it freezes everything. If the second one hits, it shatters and destroys everything. If it's a guardian, it deals a significant amount of damage.
Right.
But there's more.
Wait, there's more.
Billy Mays picture to show up there. They summon a freaking tornado of ice and blizzard and
The Squall.
just the cool wind coming out of Bungie's butthole onto the screen.
I don't think I can find an image appropriate enough to display that.
And just the area it covers is ridiculous.
No, I got it.
Travels for so long and sets for so long, it's just going everywhere.
I'm gonna find a Texan tornado. That's a nice background image. That's perfect.
Yeah. This is what happens. This is what happens when the Squall is thrown.
Oh,
Yes.
This is all PvP players are just like, I gotta get out of here now.
Now, I got to say, one of the funnest things I've ever done is play these new abilities in Mayhem.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, and to give you an idea of the mechanics of the new Hunter stasis, if you ever use Blade Barrage, the mechanic is very similar, except Blade Barrage is you actually throw it significantly faster, and the Silence and Squall can go way further. So. Than the Blade Barrage, but you basically boost up into the air, and then you have a reticle where you're throwing at, and then you throw one, and the second one goes a little bit further.
And it does not have the tracking of Blade Barrage,
No.
which I am glad that Bungie did not do that to us.
Yeah. No.
Yeah,
They give the hunters everything.
Yeah,
They give the hunters everything. That's all right.
like we said, they all get their own melee. The Hunter melee.
Yep.
They have shurikens that they throw. The first one, if you hit them, it freezes them. Or no, it slows
freezes
them. The first one slows.
The first one freezes. If you direct impact, it'll kill them.
Yeah. And if you land bolt, and not only that, they ricochet and track to the next target.
Yep, he's not lying.
And
It's real.
I am not joking when I say that you can throw these, if people are standing still, across the freaking map.
Facts, bro. Straight facts.
Now, here's the thing, too.
Like 40, 50 meters.
If they're already frozen or slowed, they do more damage. So you throw out your grenade, your dust minefield grenade, and it causes them already slowed or frozen. You throw that, bam, triple kill. Without trying. You throw down your super. Oh, people are already slowed. They're trying to run away from it. Not so fast. Bam. Team wipe.
Yep.
As it bounces between everything.
This is fine, dude. It's fine. It's totally fine.
But now we're going to get to I know this is Brehon's favoriteest topic right here.
Yeah.
The Warlock.
Yeah, I'm a Warlock main. And initially, oh wow, the salt. Initially, the Warlock melee, I believe the range on it was about 28, 30 meters, and it was kind of fast. And it would freeze a person, and then you have the aspect. Actually, on the Warlock, it's very similar to the snap grenade. That if you freeze somebody and you kill them, with your melee, then it's going to track to another person, and then it could track to another person, and then it could track to another person or guardian, and then another guardian. And I'm not going to say it wasn't OP, because it was, but everybody and their brother in our clan, and I'm sure like across, I look at Bungie Twitter every now and again, and there was just the salt was flowing, man. Because the warlocks, we don't have any. I mean, we got top 3 Dom Blade. You know what I mean? That's pretty much it, man. Sure, you can use Blink if you're really, really good, right? I mean, the skill gap there is huge, okay? I ran Stormcaller for a long time. It doesn't matter. The point is that they immediately nerfed it.
Within the first
they
week.
nerfed it into the ground. They took it from a 30, right, down to a 12-meter range, okay? Now, and they slowed it down. They slowed the release of the speed of the melee down. Whereas with the hunters, which was what Nick was just talking about, they can throw these 2 shurikens, right? Well, you can throw those shurikens 40 meters away, and if you have saved up both of the charges, there's 2 charges. One slows, one freezes, right? You have to wait. When you initially load in, you don't get both charges, okay? You have to wait for that second melee to load, whatever your strength time limit is at. But if you can throw, I threw one like 30-40 meters, or 30-40 meters, and just froze a guy that was hard scope sniping the other day on Burnout, right? Or Burning Shrine for D1 players. And, it's ridiculous, and it's super fast. It's way faster than the Warlock melee ever was.
It does not track, but the aim assist on that is ridiculous.
But there's barely any tracking on the Warlock melee itself. Like, you really have to aim it, and you go into third person, which actually throws you off. Another skill gap. In any event, they nerfed the Warlock into the ground, okay? Just today, they actually expanded the range back out to about 16 meters. It was a 37% increase from what I read.
But more importantly, they speeded it up too.
They sped it up a little bit, yeah. But they really, I mean, it just, the thing is that when you get into it, you're excited about the new supers and all that stuff. And they gave the Titans the ability to have a lot of mobility with the slide that they have now. And they just basically screwed over the Warlocks. That's it. This is fine. It's fine. Destiny PvP, it's fine. This is what it was like the first few weeks in the Crucible. This is pretty much what it was like, and then they nerfed the Warlocks. So everybody that was a Warlock main went back to being a top 3 Dawnblade or whatever else they were running. Or actually, they went to being a Hunter. Because, I'm
a Hunter main now.
You're on easy street, and it sounds so sweet. Sorry. That's a little right. That's a little Walking Dead reference. Yeah, man, it's it's overall, they really balanced the sandbox with the weapons, but in terms of what the Hunters got taken care of, because they're the most played class in the game. Well, Titans second, and Warlocks. We get what we get. It's fine.
But like I keep saying, I think they're working their way through it, and they will balance it out.
Yeah, I'm gonna get my coffee.
How long has it been since? Grab that little cup. How long has it been since you've done the Warlock thing? I mean, Hunter. When did you switch Hunter?
Me?
Yeah. How long has it been that you've considered that main?
I've been a main on Hunter since Forsaken. Would you say?
Yeah.
Oh no, that makes sense. I feel
it was in honor of Cade. I started playing more PvP with the Vandals and them, and it just made more sense to play Hunter. The mobility, the ability to move around, and I didn't think I was going to make the switch from the Titan because I enjoyed punching shit out of everything.
Very bold about that choice.
And I still do. I just don't play it as much. But
You can always go back to Titan. That's why it's good. I mean, I play Hunter as well, man. You know, I mean, Titan's my character I have fun on. You know,
Cram!
but cram. Like, you know, that's what I say when I shoulder charge somebody. It's cram. Somebody's getting crammed.
Hey, is that still a thing, Brehon? Can you verify? The
Oh,
shoulder
100%
charge, is that still a Titan thing?
yes.
Cram. Absolutely.
And even so much more in the stasis variant of it, because you have
It's
that
so
punch
hilarious, dude.
Shoot, yeah. Dude,
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, no,
you were
it's
correct.
the new one is ridiculous because the slow lasts forever after you hit them with that. And if you have a team that's working well and doing team shots and stuff, after you slow them, they're not going to survive that.
Yeah, you can physics them into walls. The tracking on the Titan melee isn't that great, but you can physics people into walls and kill them, or just knock them right off the map.
Or in some of the times with how he's talking about the tracking, sucking monkey balls, you can shoot right past them and do nothing of the sort.
Yep.
But that's okay. We're fine with that. A few of the other changes in PvP is meta with weapons. It's no longer just auto rifles.
True.
You do still see some summoners and some gnawing hungers, but more recently you're seeing stuff like
Traveler's Chosen because of the region of your abilities. A lot of people that are really embracing the stasis subclasses are using even legendary weapons that have Wellspring, which essentially helps to recharge your abilities. Not essentially, that's exactly what it does.
Oh yeah, no, Wellspring was an awesome addition.
Yeah, they've really done a lot of cool things with legendary weapons. They're actually worth grinding for. A lot of the Europa weapons are really snappy, and they brought back what's the exotic hand cannon, dude?
Oh, Hawk Moon.
Hawk Moon, yeah, man.
I was playing with it today. It's crispy.
Yeah, dude. It's a fun weapon.
I do a lot of PvE, and playing with that, it's a little bit slower than I remember it. Actually, I think they slowed down the fire rate.
It's a 140.
Yeah.
So.
But no, you land those precision hits, and that last hit on that before you reload the weapon gets stacked and hits even harder. I was hitting those brigs. That last hit after knocking them up was 30 grand worth of damage. Just boom.
Yeah, it's effective for PvE as well, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
I
can only imagine though, PvP running around, you land your headshots on people as you're coming through a team, and that last person that comes around the corner, like, I pick you. Boom.
Yeah, dude, you can one shot body people with that thing.
Yeah.
You get 7 stacks of the paracausal, whatever it is, paracausal something charge. Yep. Sounds good.
Definite a fan. I can honestly say, from my opinion, that going into this season with the new exotics, the new subclasses, I almost feel that it's a completely different game when it comes to PvP.
It's very different.
It's no longer, like you keep saying so many times, it's no longer a game of gun skill.
Yeah, and that is something that I think it really kind of detracts from PvP to a certain extent. But I mean, it makes sense with the Destiny or Bungie has been saying that they're wanting to move more towards an RPG style, and I mean this is definitely the transition. It's always rough, this is sort of the state of Crucible though. It's right here. It's either either people are hyper aggressive or they're super, like, they all stay in the back with their scout rifles and and whatnot. There's no sort of, they kind of have eliminated the middle ground to a certain extent, but that's just an impression.
It's either scout rifles in the back
or
or shotguns and hand cannons up front.
Yeah.
But we do know that, like you said, change is happening. And they've shown that they actually listen and see, okay, we messed up. Let's fix the Warlock. Let's extend this out. Let's try to work on it. Yeah. They are trying to fix the mistakes that people are seeing, and they are on the fly correcting the game. And we as players appreciate that.
Yep, absolutely. I mean, it astounded me at the speed at which they nerfed the Warlock and did nothing to the other classes, but they gave us a little something with the melee back. So you gotta get what you get, and the Warlock it isn't that bad overall. It's no Hunter. Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. I can't dodge into an engagement, slowing people down, jump up in the air, then shatter dive back down, and then shot him in the face, or hit him with a shuriken. No,
blink into
can't do that. Yeah, or blink into an engagement with Mask of Bacchus, which is really cool. I mean, that exotic is so much fun, man.
Oh, dude, I'd have to agree. All in all, I personally think I'm happy with where Destiny is and the route they're going. If they continue this trend with their storyline and the campaigns, I think it'll take us to a great place. And like I said, for all those out there that are listening that are frustrated, as some of us have been, with the way PvP is right now, I honestly, from the bottom of my heart, do believe they are working on it. And it will improve. Yep. You can never make an omelet without busting some eggs.
This is true. This is true. And
a good omelet.
Yeah, dude. I mean, when Stasis started, it was like this. It was just like this. Yeah. But it's
for those that are listening and not watching, he has a wallpaper on the back that the world is on fire.
It's everything's fine meme. Yeah.
The dog. I think it's
the dog.
The dog
house
Courage
on fire.
is sitting there trying to drink coffee and the fire all around him. Yeah.
Yep.
It's a good meme.
Yeah. And
guys,
but they really are. Yeah, I agree with Nick wholeheartedly. I mean, I think they really are listening. And as quickly as they nerfed the Warlock Stasis class, they actually turned around and kind of fixed it, I guess you could say, as much as possible. It's not nearly as balanced as it should be compared to the other classes, but hey, we're the minority as far as the subclasses, number of people that main that subclass or class rather. So I get it. It's fine.
But also, I mean, speaking from an outside perspective, but also one who does still keep up. Someone that does try to keep up with certain things. I've listened to the IGN's Destiny podcast and their first impressions over a week and a half ago of just, first off, the campaign. Everyone, all of you guys here shared similar sentiments to what I think a majority of people feel about overall what they've done with the story, but PvP definitely it's one of those things that some people have said we need to put a hot pause on this, or at the very least they appreciated that Bungie was putting a pause on the stasis conundrum when it comes to PvP and how not balanced it is at all right now. Whether it's going to stick around or not, we don't know, but I appreciate your guys' opinions. I dipped out here and there throughout this podcast because of familial things, but hopefully the edit is smooth enough that all of you guys listening or watching were able to appreciate the coverage here regarding this game. We are getting to a point now after a point where we'd all rather be cuddling on a pillow at this point, at least for us recording. But but I think we're at a wrap-up point here, guys. We've covered the campaign. Brehon and Nick have, to the best of their ability, covered the PvP side of things with what's new, good or bad with that. So I will bring us to a point here where if you guys like what you've heard, hit that subscribe button, both in podcast form or on the YouTube channel. Always appreciated. We are planning on continuing these type of conversations. If you guys are Destiny centric, I think there's a good chance we will continue based on comments or interaction with us guys that or for the benefit of ourselves, we'll probably continue this. We now got Brehon here. We've got new content with Destiny. Nick is back in. Our lovely Nerdentials host Matt has been playing, but currently busy with family stuff. He will hop on in the near future, I'm sure, to talk about this sort of stuff. And as best I can right now, shameless plug, I've got a Cyberpunk playthrough going on the channel right now. So stick around for that if you guys care about that. I will jump into Destiny as soon as I can because that's a passion I've always had over the years and would love to hop back in.
And I would almost recommend that when we do that, like I said, I'll destroy one of my characters to play through with you. Let's do a recording of the campaign.
Yes.
You could just create an alt. You could just create an alt. Instead of just instead of destroying your character, just create an alt. Yeah. So all you have to do, I can walk you through it, dude.
We'll
it's
talk
really
off
easy.
air and include that if anyone's interested.
One of the things I'd like to say though, going into when this video is posted, this coming week we will be coming into the Dawning, which is the Destiny 2 holiday season event.
The Solstice event.
Yeah, can't wait to see what they do for this, actually, with all the extra snowy stuff that they can do.
It's
We're
gonna
going to
be
have
fun.
snowmen or some shit going on here.
Yeah.
Let's do some housekeeping, guys. This is the end of the episode. You guys can check out Nerdentials anywhere on the internet. Just Google search the word Nerdentials. You will find a podcast, you will find a website, and most assuredly you'll find a YouTube channel filled with over 600 videos of pop culture, gaming, TV, movie, comic book content across the boards. Right now we're in a very hard focus with gaming right now because of the state of the world. It's just easier to cover games right now. Everything's digital.
There are no movies coming out.
There are movies. I'm not ignoring that, Nick. Come on, chill out.
No, there aren't.
I'm probably gonna watch. I'm
Everything's
probably gonna watch
stale.
Tenet. You know, probably give it a spin.
You're right,
Yeah, but-
Nick. I get it. There's currently blockbusters are on a case by case situation, and for the most part, it's on demand. So the only thing flowing freely right now is the gaming universe. So we're definitely more focused on gaming right now, and we are going to continue our regular podcast on a more weekly basis. This being the first of a back-to-back, week-to-week. Me and Nick recorded an episode a couple weeks ago, but this week you're getting a double dose. We're covering some TV Mandalorian talk. If you guys are subscribed to Disney Plus or in the Star Wars know. And then a couple days later, you're going to get this, the Destiny 2 catch-up conversation. So we're continuing all of that. We've got some more faces coming in the future on this podcast. And potentially, if I can muster it, we're going to get more of that couch co-op crap we've been promising with our Gears of War playthroughs and our Halo playthroughs. We're trying to do couch co-op, Brehon. In case you didn't know that, we're trying to get caught up with both franchises and Destiny included and everything else. So, hey, side note, is there anything you want to shout out or promote, you, sir, who are active with your own clan. It's totally fine if you want to just do a little shout out for your clan or something like that.
Yeah, I just want to say what's up to all my vandals. Love y'all.
Hell
I'm trying
yeah.
not to cuss right now. I love my dudes, and I'll that's all I got. That's it. That's
Dude, that's perfectly fine. So
we're gonna actually try to get some Vandal content up here.
Yeah.
Vandals do a lot of running through the raids, a lot of the nightfalls and different things like that. So
pretty much everything.
We also have a big crew in there that does a lot of the PvP, especially with Trials of Osiris coming back.
Oh yeah.
We might be able to see if someone's willing to stream it, and we could possibly get it on our feed here. So stay tuned for that. And of course, we invited Brehon along, Jeff here, to go through this. Hope to get him back here again in the future if he enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was a good time, man. I really did enjoy it. It was fun.
So, guys, you can look forward to continued flow of game videos. Our weekly podcast is coming back in full swing with some rotating faces and a lot of Destiny content as well with everything. Guys, 2020 is the time to grow, so here we are.
We need your help. Don't forget to like and subscribe down below.
Leave a comment on anything you're curious about, interested in, or something you weren't certain about during this conversation. And we're pretty good at responding right now. So, that being said, guys, thanks for watching. As always, nerds, we'll see you on the other side.
Damn it, Joe, you messed it up.
Hey, that was pretty
I'm
close.
joking.